welcome back to another episode of Cole's Notes. Today we're going to dive into what the mash is and why it's so important to the brewing process. The mash is the very first step in the brewing process, and it all happens inside a large vessel, the mash tun. Inside the mash tun, we mix up our grist with hot water until it's sufficiently wetted and moist. The purpose for this is to extract sugars such as maltose, maltotriose, and dextrins from starches found within the grains in the mash. However, we don't want the water to be too hot, otherwise it will kill the enzymes and we won't get any sugar from the mash. Hold on a moment. I thought we were talking about sugars. What's an enzyme? The two main enzymes that we work with in the mash tun are alpha amylase and beta amylase. Beta amylase breaks down the tips of these large starch molecules into smaller maltose molecules, the main sugar source for our beer and food source for our yeast. Alpha amylase breaks down the starch at random points, making some maltose, but also maltotriose and dextrins, which are unfermentable by the yeast. To better understand what's going on here, think of starch like a large tree. Alpha amylase are the chainsaws, breaking off large branches into smaller parts. Beta amylase are the clippers, breaking off these larger branches into smaller tips, as well as some of the other parts of the starch into smaller bits. Fermentable sugars in the wort are directly proportionate to the amount of alcohol that the yeast produce. So by adjusting the temperature of the mash, we can affect how much starch is actually converted into fermentable sugars and how much is left as unfermentable sugars that are residual in the beer. The best part is that all of these sugars and enzymes are found naturally within the grist, making it a one-stop fermentation shop. Who knew that science could taste so good?